Hey guys, I review gear here. It's field day for this Bergara Wilderness Carbon. This is in 308 caliber. So you can tell that right away by seeing the short barrel on it. We've got to top to that Trigicon scope, which should be a dandy. This should be a shooter. We're shooting Precision Hunters 308 ELDX 178 grain. It's on the upper end, but we're shooting these 178 grains. I've got a chronograph too here, the new Garmin Zero C1 Pro, and so we'll get tell you what the speed of these rounds are. I doubt they'll match up to what it says on the box, but we will see. We've got it somewhat sighted in, but we're shooting for a group now. We're going to shoot at 100 yards, shoot 5 rounds, and see what the group is like. We won't do them in rapid succession, but we'll do them, you know, we're not going to wait a long time to see if anything changes over that 5-shot group. So let's get at it. One thing I love about 308 cartridge and about a bottom feed versus a magazine, so you can just throw a bullet in there and they slide right in. A lot of times the magazine you can't just throw one there. So little tidbit for you. So let's go. Crank this up to about 16. Change my parallax back to 100. See what happens. All right, 25.38 on the speed. On the box it said these shoot at 2600, so not that far off. And that is dead on left and right and 1.3 inches high, which is exactly where I want to be at 100 yards. I sight this in since it's going to be a hunting gun. I sighted it in at 200 yards, but it'd make a lot of sense to just sight it in at 100. So round one. There we go. Make sure it's level. That was a bullseye. So a little over an inch apart. Not exactly what I was hoping for out of that. Let's try third round here. Another bullseye. So those last two are same hole. So that first one may be just a bit of a flyer, but those second two, same hole. Speed on that one, 25.38. So we have 25.27, 25.34, 25.38. So really consistent with that Precision Hunter 308, 178 grain ELDX round. And those last two, same hole. Ragged hole in the bullseye. So 3 that looks to me like I could put a quarter over top of, pretty easy. And then that first one was high, 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches high. Could have been just the new gun, not new gun. I've shot it a few times, but I had cleaned it, so maybe that's it. I don't know. That one was 25.34, so really good deviation on the speeds. Should be accurate, right? Right in there again. Impressive, kids. All those shots, those last 4. Right in the same hole. Really good pattern on that. That's really impressive. I was worried about that, that first one I was a little bit high, 1.25 inch high, which I thought that's where I had sighted in for. But then after that, all of those next rounds are right in the bullseye. So a little bit lower than I thought it would be, but that's fine. I was just shooting for pattern. And that one was 25.43. Oh, boy, that Garmin XE Pro Zero C1 Pro, that thing is awesome. That is a great way to go for a chronograph. Super easy to use, syncs to my phone. But back to this gun. The trigger pulls. Sorry guys, back to the Bergara Wilderness Carbon. The pattern's fantastic, shot really good. The kick is a little bit more than you'd expect with a muzzle brake, but still not bad. It's a 308, 178 grain bullet, so the kick's not crazy even without a muzzle brake. That probably reduces it by, I'd say 20%. A lot of guns I have, you'd get 40 or 50% reduction in kick. That's probably a 20 or 30% reduction, which is still nice. It shot really super accurate. Really happy with the pattern. Kick wasn't bad. That butt pad's not the greatest in the world. That is pretty stiff, but it's adequate. It's super smooth in the action. I like you can just throw a bullet in there and it just flies right in. So overall, really happy with that. Feel pretty confident I could go out and turn this into a 600-yard gun. I don't know if I'd shoot an animal at that distance, but I guarantee I could hit something at that distance. So really happy with that Bergara Wilderness Carbon. Really good shooter. Really happy with it.